I feel old. I feel old. Hello, you all. I'm Diana Brienne, and I am sitting out here on my back porch. It's a beautiful day, and I am getting ready to go for my 5 mile run. And I got to thinking about the phrase, I feel old. And I have to tell you that for those of us over the age of 60, I think we've all felt that feeling of I feel old. What happened? Where did all the years go? And I do. I think about that. I think about I was 25 yesterday and now I'm 62. Where did all that wonderful time go in between? And, life moves on. Life pushes us forward. And that's just the reality of life, you know. And, we see our bodies change. We see other people's bodies change that we know that we grow older alongside with. We see people kind of drop off. We see seasons in our lives that change. My kids are all grown now. They're young adults. And my last one graduated high school, homeschool, public school, done this past year. He graduated. And that was a big life kind of change for me. I'm going from raising children and getting them through school now to they're all in college. And that is like really, really a very, very surreal kind of feeling after raising kids for about 22 years. And so, does that make me feel old to have grown up kids? No, not really. But I do sense that at age 62, the clock is ticking. And I want to enjoy my life fully in every single way. I don't want to waste any minute of it doing things that I don't want to do. And, I take wonderful care of my body. I work out every day. I rest. I, exercise. I eat healthy. I have fun. I'm back in college at age 62 to be an eternal learner. And I feel like going back to school gives me a lot of purpose. And, life is always changing. And so at 62 years old, I think I've reevaluated life a lot. And I look at how I want to go forward in my life. Like I said, I don't want to waste any of my time in my life. And I think a lot of people at my age begin to feel their age creeping up on them. And I don't really feel that so much. I don't feel that my age is creeping up on me. But I do know that I'm 62 years old, and I may be a very young 62-year-old, but I'm still 62 years old. And let's say I live to be 100. That's still only, 38 years. Well, 38 years ago, what was I doing? Let's see, I was probably about 24, I guess, about 24. Would that be right? And it just seems like yesterday I was 24. But that doesn't mean I'm going to live to be 100. I hope I do. I hope I live to be 105, 120. And yet, whatever age I live to, I value each and every day, and I make the very most of it. And I talk a lot about age. I talk a lot about being in my 60s, and people say, well, why do you talk about it all the time? Well, I think it's an issue for a lot of people. A lot of people, especially in my age group, are now dealing with a new reality. Their kids are grown. Maybe some of their kids have moved away. Some people are having health issues. They're changing over insurances over to different health insurances. They've got to think about what health insurance plan they're going to have. They've got to think about whether they're going to keep their house or to downsize. there's a lot of issues that people in my age group deal with that perhaps they never dealt with before. And so I like to talk about those things. And I also like to talk about the opportunities that we get as we grow older. When we grow older, we do get opportunities that weren't around before. And, I think that we have to always be aware and open and looking for the right opportunities for our lives. And so I find that there are a lot of wonderful opportunities in my life at this age. I also find that at this age, that some opportunities that I had in the past are no longer there. And I talked to a woman one day, and she said, she said, once I turned 40, I noticed that men looked at me less and less and less. And they were polite, but they looked at me less and less and less. And, even at 62, occasionally a guy will look at me and wink or smile, but I'm married, and I'm happily married. And but yeah, I think there's some truth in that. I think that I see friends who are in my age group out there looking to find a partner, and nothing wrong with that, if that's what they want. But it can be a little bit more challenging because now the people that are available to them have a history. They don't come without a long history of one kind or another. Even if it's a good history, you're walking into someone else's history when you're dating after the age of 60. And some people have health problems. They have issues that maybe they didn't have when they were younger. Some people say, well, women will say, oh, the men my age look so old, or the men will say the women my age look so old. Well, we're all older. Maybe they need to look in the mirror. So, aging is just a part of the process, and instead of denying it or running from it, I've decided to embrace it fully and make it work for me. Well, I hope you subscribe to my channel, and I'm going to go out for my 5-mile run. So I hope to talk to you all soon. Do something fun. Have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you then.